Implementation overview for the Keep Up and Catch Up targeted phonics support. How we set up the evaluation. Identify two similar classes in the same year group. Use the What Worked Teachers platform to randomly allocate one of these to the intervention and one to the control. Complete the pre-assessment task with both groups. The intervention group will use the Keep Up and Catch Up strategy for the duration of the trial, and the control class will continue as business as usual. And then complete the post-assessment with both groups at the end of the trial. Planning. Let's take this from a step-by-step approach to starting the evaluation in your school. Step 1. Identify two similar ability classes to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2. Identify 15 specific sounds from the upcoming half-term's phonics scheme. These will be used for the pre- and post-assessment. Step 3. Using a trial wizard on the What Worked Teachers platform, randomly assign classes to the intervention and the control group. Implementation. Step 4. Complete the pre-assessment phonics test with both the intervention and control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder and input the pre-test into the trial wizard. Because this is class data, it might be best to have another teacher or teaching assistant read out the scores to help input these into the platform. Step 5. For the intervention class, during or immediately after the lesson, the teacher identifies any students who have not fully grasped the new sounds. On the same day, these students join a short session, which is approximately 10 minutes, as a small group one led by a teaching assistant to reinforce the targeted sound and practice its use. The control group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. Step 6. Complete the post-assessment phonics test, same as the pre, to both the intervention and the control group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker located in the resource folder and input the post-test data on the trial wizard. If you then complete the process evaluation and then click Analyze your results, it will generate an impact report which will show you how this intervention has worked in your school. If it is promising, then you can open it up to the control group. The intervention. It's a targeted phonics intervention that focuses on reception in Year 1 pupils. It's delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups, and each session will take approximately 10 minutes as and when required. Keep Up and Catch Up. The purpose of this is to provide targeted same-day phonics support for students who struggle to master a new sound during regular phonics lessons or have been absent. The intervention is designed to seamlessly integrate into the school's existing phonics program, providing immediate reinforcement for students who need extra support and ultimately helping all learners keep up and succeed in phonics. So a recap on how it works. Regular phonics lesson. The teacher delivers a daily phonics lesson following the school's existing phonics scheme. Identification of struggling learners. During and immediately after the lesson, the teacher identifies any students who have not fully grasped the new sound or sounds. Catch-up sessions on the same day. These students join a short session, which is approximately 10 minutes, which is a small group one led by a teaching assistant to reinforce the targeted sound and practice its use, using any resources that is included as part of your phonics scheme. And attendance support. The same approach applies to students who missed the initial lesson due to absence, ensuring they receive focused instruction to catch up before the next lessons. In the resource folder, you'll see a tracking spreadsheet. This allows you to link an anonymized learner ID to a student in your class. So let's move on to a few key considerations. So logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted phonics strategy as an intervention. So time, is there a suitable time of the day for this to be delivered? Location, as delivered by teaching assistants, is a quiet part of the classroom or a library where this can be completed, or somewhere quiet. Tracking, just as a teacher delivering this and identifying the learners, could you have a sheet which helps you to track which students need support each lesson? Resources, is any resource from your phonics scheme that can be used in the TA intervention? And rewards, could you link this to any rewards for the students? So finally, just logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. So moving on to the assessment. For the pre-assessment, identify 15 specific sounds taken from the upcoming half-term's phonics scheme, and these are assessed before the intervention starts with each pupil. This can be completed by a TA or a teacher. Please record the score for each learner in the Excel tracker and input this onto the What Worked Teachers platform. For the post-assessment, at the end of the trial, use the same 15 sounds, and these are retested to measure progress and the effectiveness of the intervention. Please record the score for each learner in the Excel tracker and input this again onto the What Worked Teachers platform. And just some guidance, if you can try and complete this under test conditions, the assessment can be done by a teacher or teaching assistant. Select the 15 sounds, which are the same for the pre and the post, and then just remember to record your data on the tracking spreadsheet and platform. So that's the end of the implementation guidance. If you then move on to downloading the research protocol and the resource folder for your tracking spreadsheet, and then you can go on to the trial wizard to start your trial.